My name is John Fan, and my position is I'm the elected Larimer County Sheriff. What really surprised me about the fire service was the diversity of skills they needed to have to address any emergency, from vehicle extrications to ice rescue to rope rescue to, oh yes, fighting fires. So I think that's the biggest thing that surprised me about the firefighting that we learned about today.
I'm Susan Gutowski. Currently I'm serving as a council member on Fort City Council, District 1. You know, one of the things that I don't know that it surprised me, but it kind of reaffirmed. I know that the firefighters, when we go to their graduation, it's such a celebration because they have gone through, I believe, like 12 weeks of intense training. I think that was very, very evident today when we were on the tour. We could see where that training, we could see where the training paid off, and in the capability of the firefighters who were helping us today to understand their work.
The best part is probably the search and rescue part. So going into a house that was smoke filled and trying to figure out how do you get around the house and looking for victims. So I think for me, that was the best part of the day.
I loved visiting on a personal basis with the firefighters, and we know where they are, we know where their stations are, and we know what it is that we do, but they are like real people, and their willingness to share what they do, but also you could just see the pride that they take in their work. I also love the fact that each of them mentioned that this is their family. They have their family, but then they also have their professional family. And there is a sincere attachment and a love that they feel, kind of a brotherhood, sisterhood. And that was very heartwarming.
Second best part of the day was seeing how far we have come and the fire service has come with extrication. And so actually getting to use the battery-powered cordless tools instead of the hydraulic hose tools to actually cut a door off a car and see how the cutter spreaders work. That was the second best part of the day.
Well, I'm on the PFA board, and we do a lot of work with the budgeting, with designating where expenditures should go, authorizing funding, and so forth. And I think one of the firefighters made a really, really good point. That's a big takeaway for me. When we're doing all of this appropriation, and I know that the PFA budget is so carefully constructed and they plan so far in advance. But one of the things that they plan for is hoses, because hoses are going to wear out. And as we were doing the hose experience, and one of the firefighters said, when we asked for such and such a request, it was this, and he showed the nozzle, and he showed what we were, and this amazing apparatus that we were using, and he says, that's what we were asking for, and it translated the money that we appropriate into the physical thing that it bought. And I think that was probably one of the most one of the best things that I learned, and I really appreciated that comment. And I know that everything that we appropriate is for a good cause, and I really appreciate how well PFA does with its budget. It's a pleasure to be on the board.
You know, the big thing about today reinforces for me what an amazing relationship we have between law enforcement, EMS, and fire service here in Northern Colorado. When I started my career as a first responder many decades ago, you'd hear stories about fire services, EMS, and law enforcement that really didn't like each other, but I never experienced that. My entire time as a first responder in Northern Colorado, we've always gotten along. We've always had the same mission. And so it was shocking to me the first time when I actually ran into somebody and said, oh no, we truly do not like folks in the fire service, or we truly do not like law enforcement. And they were also first responders. So I think what the day reinforced for me more than anything else, the biggest takeaway was how lucky we are here in Northern Colorado that, yeah, we give each other a lot of fun. I heard a lot of cop and donut jokes today, but we work really well together. And I think we really respect each other because we're all here to serve the people. So that's the biggest takeaway I think I had today. Other than thank you to the chief and thank you to Local 1945 for setting this up. I think this was a great opportunity to introduce a lot of folks to just a taste and a tidbit of what Poudre Fire Authority does. So I just got to say thank you to all of them.